Hi ladies, today we are going to work on the April subscription box kit, which is this little watering can. It's an MDF cutout, and I went ahead and decoupaged the tissue paper on the back side. This is without any paint. And here you see off to the side if I put white down first. So there was a little bit of a difference. I didn't like it as well without having to paint the watering can white first if you're wanting to decoupage. And I painted this side in just a light gray color. So you can stencil on this watering can. You can do all kinds of things to make it your own. I just didn't want to include anything in the example that wasn't included in the kit. You're going to get 7 flowers, and I'm using some raw, and I'm using some that I did with the Arteza paints in the color lemon and orange, and I just varied the amount of water that I used to change the intensity of those shades. So I'm making sure that all the bottoms are flat since I'll be gluing on a flat surface. I just want to take a minute and see if there's any long strings that need trimmed and make sure that the bottom is going to sit level. The greenery that we're using is a little bit wired, so you might need your wire cutters, or you can just make snips with a good pair of scissors too. You can just snip and leave some of the leaves folded as is on a stem like this, and glue however you want it. But I'm actually going to take these leaves apart. So I'm going to cut that little wire that is folding them. They are just foam leaves, and you can cut them into different shapes, and you'll find that one side is like a spring green color, which is what I used to show, and the opposite is a little bit of a frosted color. They're both super pretty. Actually, the frosted color would look really good, I think, with the decoupage paper if you choose to use that. So I'm just going to kind of determine a top side to this watering can and an imaginary line of where the flowers would be, where they are coming out of the top of the can. And I'm going to use the greenery as a guide. So I'm just going to start in 1/4 and put some down, and know that the leaves are going to hang a little bit lower on the one side, and then I'll start that imaginary line of where the flowers are going to sit just above that greenery. So you can use all 7 flowers here. Mine ends up just using 6, but then I kind of saw a spot where I could have tucked that other one in. So feel free to use as much your little greenery as you like, and use all the flowers or not, whatever you like. So playing with the flowers is part of the fun, just this placement and seeing how they fit together, what colors you got going on beside each other. And so take a few minutes just to try some different layouts of your flowers, and then get an idea of where they're going to fit and how they're going to fit together. So it's a good idea with this greenery, to kind of go under the flower. So wherever I'm going to be ready to glue one, I'll probably go ahead and make sure there's a little bit of greenery under it as well. It would be really cute to add little beads if you have some extra beads or berries in your scrap pile. Just a little addition I think would be cute too. You'll see how that daisy sits up a lot higher than that little marigold, orange marigold beside it. So I can kind of tuck, that flower underneath, kind of overlap. So you'll see that some of your flowers sit up higher than others, and that can help you to kind of, squeeze them all in there. So I found a little spot. I just don't have room for this whole piece of leaf, so I'm just cutting one petal off. It cuts real easily. So I'm just going to tuck a petal here and there as my flowers get in place, as I notice maybe a gap between them that I want to fill. I'll just cut my own petal. I've got this little space in the middle that I've created, and that's going to be perfect for the small orange daisy that kind of sits up on its own. It's actually not going to touch the bottom of this watering can, that surface, so I'm going around the outside edge with the glue, and it's actually probably going to adhere to one of the other flowers to keep it in place. But you can try with placement, just trying to layer and stack the flowers and have them facing different ways sometimes, as opposed to just putting them all facing the same direction. It gives a little bit of depth. And I'm going to add just a little leaf around here too, just to bring that forward a little bit more. So here I'm choosing to tuck the rose sideways. It fits really well beside this daisy, and I just decided to do it on its side rather than forward. If you'll want to hang this on the wall, I would suggest just gluing a little piece of twine or ribbon or something along the back, just in a straight line that your nail can catch. Have fun with these, ladies. I can't wait to see how yours turns out.